Welcome to Thoughts. Let's see.
That was such a good opening.
Was a good open. What up, fam? I hope you guys are enjoying the new camera angle. We are actually gonna turn these lights on first.
Oh yeah.
Missing some lights.
Jesus. Okay. I just turned it on.
All right. I feel like it's not focusing on us. What up, Greg?
Yeah, it's an auto 480.
No, I mean the camera looks like blurry.
You have your finger on it. It's like you're not gonna be.
Okay. No, I gotta rotate it a little bit.
Or I can scoot back and you can pull forward.
Nah, that's fine. I think that's good. Microphone.
It's a little
Let's
better.
go back. Just let's run to the camera. There we go. All right.
Okay.
What up, Greg?
You think? I was like, let's get it.
Save this. At 6%. We'll be fine for what we need. I just want to check the video real quick. So, yeah, we look pretty good. Yeah, we look acceptable. Actually, I'm gonna rotate the camera just a little bit more. I'm gonna try to get more Rex. There we go. All right, welcome guys. Welcome. We got a good show planned for you on the podcast. All right. All right. I'm gonna get a charger.
I can't see the finger on the top. It's all
This long ass fucking USB stick.
Hell yeah.
Plug it over here.
What's this for?
Actually, my phone. All right, you ready?
Yes.
3, 2. Oh shit, that thing moved. It's cursed. The cursed. Sorry, Greg. Don't hate us.
Put the cord behind the lamp and then do it.
That was a great idea. There we go. All right, that's good. That's going to be how it's going to have to be. I got my marker. Zero. All right, we're good. We're good, fams.
Richard's in the chair. Ride or die.
What up, Richard? Greg says Sydney or Sid the Kid.
I guess the kid.
Definitely Sid the Kid. Alexa, turn on the accessory lights. Okay, it's cold cathode fire up. Takes a second. Let's see.
You only have one?
Yeah, the other one's away from now.
PJ in the chat, Merv.
Greg says new side chick. Okay, ready? 3,
Alexa.
2. New side. Well, Dean, we are in a new environment. You know, I feel like it's time we move out of the kitchen and we move into the office.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just a meeting for now.
It'd be a little cramped if it was more.
Yeah.
It's good to be in the studio with my dude.
Yeah, just chilling in the studio with my dude. That's a good callback. I like that.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. This is the weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right.
Great to be back, Dean. This is, I think this is the furthest amount of time that we've seen each other in a year.
Yeah.
That's a weird way to put it. We haven't seen each other in like 8 days, and that's the longest in 1 year that we have gone without seeing each other.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it. But it's good to have you back. We have a jam-packed show.
Dude.
Literally packed.
It was kind of a bad week to take off, but also kind of a good week to take off because there was so much stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So even if we met on Tuesday, we'd still have all this shit to talk about.
Yeah, we still would have missed the biggest.
Yeah.
So it's good to take off. We kind of got to see what was going on, got to see other people's thoughts on it.
It's crazy.
Let's give our own thoughts. Before we do, though, Dean, we want to say thank you to a wonderful company. This is run by a very good friend of mine, Lenny Hugh. He runs this company. It is called 6 Scale Sabers. You can find them on Instagram. He makes the best sabers, CCFO sabers that money can buy. The one plus amongst many is that he's in the United States. So when you're dealing with CCFL, a lot of those guys, they live in Asia or in Australia.
A lot could go wrong.
A lot can go wrong, but it's also expensive to ship things back and forth.
Yeah.
Keep your sabers in the United States. It's good to keep things in the U.S. Owned business here. And you can find him on Instagram at 6scale_sabers. They're also on Facebook. His name is Lenny Hugh, H-U. It really takes your collection to the next level. You can see here, if you're watching on the stream, I have a Darth Vader with CCFL there, looking very crispy. The official video, I think you'll be able to see it as well. He's the only guy that I would trust to do my CCFL. At one point, I had 4 sabers done by him. I've trimmed down just a little bit. I want to kind of focus on just the figures themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to have my boy Vader with the CCFL.
Yeah.
So,
well, you got 2 Vaders, so.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
fair.
Wanted to give just a little shout out. You know, he's a great guy. He's officially taking commissions again. He makes single-bladed sabers, double-bladed sabers, any saber that you'd like, he can make. Plenty of different colors, but we'll talk about him a little later in the show.
All right, cool.
Dean, we have a segment that we start off the best shows with.
Yeah.
Our favorite segment. Would you like to introduce us?
Yeah, you ready?
Yes.
It's
New this week.
And it's what you gonna do this week?
Yes.
I had a pretty busy week, all Figma. I got my other Racing Miku in, which is phenomenal.
Really nice figure.
Yeah. I didn't bring all her accessories, but it comes with the helmet and stuff. And then I got Rico. She came in the mail. I think I already had her ordered last week, but she came in the mail.
Uh-huh.
And then this was actually, I have in my hands. I'll show the stream.
Yeah.
Her name's Celty Sterlison. She's actually like she's from a show, Durarara, I think is how you say it.
Oh, that one?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, she's a Celtic, like Grim Reaper of sorts.
Yeah.
And
let's describe it though. It's a female, obviously.
Yeah, she's in a
black suit with a yellow cat motorcycle helmet.
Yes. So she actually doesn't have a head. So she wears the helmet.
Why does she wear a helmet though? She doesn't need to protect
so
that.
she needs to drive around. And, like,
of course, because that would be crazy if headless.
Yeah, she'd freak people out, right?
Yeah, of course. Makes
So,
perfect sense.
She's living in modern day Japan in the show, and she's searching for her head. And she's like, I know it's here. I just have to find
kind
it.
of like a twist on like the Headless Horseman.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
very
exactly. And so she's trying to find her head because she's like, if someone destroys it, I'll die, and I won't even see it coming. I don't remember a lot of stuff, so she's after her head. So she's working as like a courier of sorts, but like she's like really like mystic. She drives around on a motorcycle, which is actually her horse, but she had to like disguise it so it would make sense for her to be riding around on a motorcycle
Yeah.
in the middle of Tokyo. So it's just a really cool anime. I bought the figure.
Maybe we can link it in the show notes, the name.
Yeah. And then this one, right, I'm not gonna pick it up. It's kind of delicate. That's the Satsuki Kiriyuin from Kill la Kill. I could not find this figure for like less than $200.
Uh-huh.
That was pissing me off. And in fact, I think we're gonna talk about it later.
Yeah, the grinds my gears.
The grinds my gears. I kept putting up sales posts.
Want to buy posts.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of people message me or comment. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I couldn't find one.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one on eBay, and it was like $180 with $10 shipping. I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm paying that."
Yeah.
But it was still like technically the cheapest one on eBay. And I shot the dude an offer, and then he countered, and we went back and forth, and eventually we ended up at 165 shipped, which is pretty high, but that's literally the only one I've seen.
Yeah.
And they were selling for around 140. So I was like, it's a little higher, but I don't have any other options. And I wasn't going to risk waiting. So I went out and bought it. It's flawless. It's amazing. Do not regret it. Although, like 2 days ago, another one popped up on eBay buying now 130.
Oh, that stings.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I got the set. I got them sooner than later, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. Just a lot of Figmas. Oh, and then he just gave me this little Vegeta.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second. This is a WCF knockoff. I'll talk about it on my new this week.
Yeah.
So kind of a big week for me. I guess 10 days it's been about. So let's start with the purchase from last episode, the 3A DLX Bumblebee.
It's looking pretty
Honestly, there's not a category for this in terms of like the best overall figure of the year, but I'm almost thinking we need to make one because this figure far exceeds literally everything I bought this year.
Really?
Including the Rex.
Wow.
It's a stunning figure. I did see the movie. I know when we talked last, I hadn't seen it yet.
It's a kick-ass movie.
Amazing movie. I had purposefully decided that I was going to stay away from John Cena movies.
Okay.
Loved it.
I thought it was fantastic.
Totally fantastic in that movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. So, really great figure. Has me considering the DLX Optimus, which is a nice figure in itself. Blitzwing I was considering, but once I saw the movie and saw it in the beginning, it was like, okay, I can't not get that. But really, really good figure. So maybe we'll have to make some new categories for the CW awards. Not that I'm saying it's going to automatically win it, but I think we deserve to have some sort of best figure release period.
Wow.
I got my Chronicle Collectibles order last Wednesday. It was the Iron Studios 1/10 scale Rex. This is way back from episode 23, 24, I think it was.
Okay.
And this was not without some amount of drama. So I got the figure, statue rather, opened it up immediately. And immediately I noticed there was a lot of paint issues. And it wasn't
sending me pictures.
Yeah, it wasn't paint issues so much as like someone applied paint haphazardly. This was within the box. It was rubbed, and some of the details in the head and throughout the body were
from shipping.
From shipping, yeah.
Okay.
So I was very disappointed. And on closer inspection, I noticed that there was a paint issue from the manufacturer. It's actually 3 of them. It looked like almost a hair had gotten on the figure when they were priming it. And when you take the hair off, because it's obviously like a thing that shouldn't be there, the polystone is exposed. And that's pretty annoying in itself. And Steven, the owner of Millennial Mutt, which we'll talk about towards the end of the show, came over, we had some studio lights, and we were going to shoot a review. And we did, but I don't know how much of it I can really use. I think I can use the video, but the audio, I was so disappointed that I don't think anyone wants to hear me being in a bad mood for 15 minutes.
I mean, honestly, that's what makes reviews good. Because you're getting a genuine reaction.
Yes, but also we had some mic issues.
Oh,
We were using lavalier mics, and we're just having issues with them throughout. So
okay.
I just don't know if it's usable audio.
There's a guy I like to watch on YouTube, Mecha Katsu, I think is how you say it.
Uh-huh.
He does Gunpla reviews, but he does other reviews. We did a review of this figure I really wanted, and he was pissed off the entire time. The box cut him when he was opening it, and he was like literally like bleeding during the review. He was just like really pissed off. He's like, dude, I fucking hate this thing already.
Yeah.
And it's like one of my favorite reviews.
So that's how I felt going into it. And with all those lights, I started seeing more issues. So the tip of the tail was cracked a little bit. And
I want to see
so,
that review.
well, okay, I'll show it to you, and we can decide if the audio is worth it.
Okay.
Now, I emailed Chronicle rather immediately.
Okay.
And this was about 10 o'clock at night when Steven left. We had spent a few hours lighting, taking photos and everything. And I emailed Chronicle immediately. Thursday went by, didn't hear anything from them, and I was really pissed. 10 o'clock at night, Thursday rolls by, and I get an email from Heather, who is the customer service manager at Chronicle.
Okay.
She's like, I'm so sorry, it's SDCC, preview night, pretty much the whole team are here at San Diego Comic-Con. We're not ignoring this, but I need to talk to management and talk to the head honchos to figure out what we can do for you, what our options might be. I was like, shit, she's right. Like it's at least they know I have a problem and that it is a problem.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Friday rolls around, I call around lunch, and at this point, I understand that they're busy, but to me, it's like this is the most important thing to me right now.
Right.
I need to know what the solution is because I know going into the weekend I'm not going to hear anything.
Right.
So I talked to Chronicle and Heather again, and I asked, what is the normal thing that you guys do when a statue arrives damaged? So she was like, let me check our inventory. Let me see if we even have another one. And it turns out they didn't. That was the last one that they had.
Oh, wow.
She's like, so we can't give you our sample because we have it in our showroom. We can't just So that was out of the question. They offered to send me a label, a prepaid label, to mail it back to Chronicle, and they would have their artist touch it up and then mail it back to me. Now, when I paid that last payment, I asked them if they could open it up to inspect it before it was shipped out. They were saying that they could do that, but when you open a statue, the styrofoam is never as secure as it is initially. So me opening it once and then them opening it up again and me opening it again, like it's once you do that too many times, like it could damage more. So let's say I send it back, they fix it, they send it back over here, and it has maybe even worse damage.
Yeah.
So I had reached out to a buddy of mine, Jan, who he runs the Texas Statue Collectors Group.
Okay.
Great guy. Check him out on Facebook. And he was saying, he gave me some names of some artists that do statue repair. Got a few quotes, and essentially what Heather had mentioned was like, if you'd like to keep it, we can give you a refund so that you can pay for someone to fix it. And so essentially that's what happened. I don't feel comfortable disclosing the amount that they gave me back.
Yeah.
But it was the amount of money that they gave me back made me feel comfortable to keep it with the issues that it had, and I can get it fixed, and it will look like it was never damaged.
Nice.
So A+ to Chronicle, because immediately when it's now Monday yesterday, when I told them that number that I felt was appropriate for the repair, without a question, they were like, that's fine. So it was a very I'm able to take care of this situation to my satisfaction.
Nice.
And there was no negotiation on their end. They were just like, whatever it's going to take for you to be happy, you give us a number, we'll make it right.
Yeah.
And they did. So Chronicle really earned themselves a customer. I know it's not their own product; it's American Studios product. They distribute, but I was very impressed with how they handled the situation.
Sitting here looking directly down or eye with this thing, it's impressive.
I love it.
It's really a cool piece.
Yeah.
When you said you were gonna get a T-Rex statue, I was like, okay, I guess, like it's just a dinosaur. But looking at this thing, and maybe it's your presentation also,
Yeah, so we'll talk about the presentation.
It's
I'll let
really.
you.
I wish the camera could pick it up really quick, but
Yeah, if you guys are watching on the official video, before we cut the video off, we can take the camera off and kind of get people to walk around.
yeah.
But to talk about the display, I have behind me. I mentioned in the last episode that Seth had gotten me some
we did
visitor stuff,
live
like unboxing. So I have those over there with pretty much like that. Those things are from the package.
Right.
I got the business card laser printed with my own design.
Right.
With the Tyrannosaur. That was important to me. I didn't want Tyrannosaurus Rex. I didn't want T-Rex. I didn't want Tyrannosaurus. I wanted it to say the Tyrannosaur.
Right.
That's a throwback to the novel, of course.
Right. Which you have.
Which I have here. This is the Barnes & Noble. It's actually both books in one.
I was going to
it's
say
like a
also
collector's edition. It has like Bibles have like that gold on the outside of the gold leaf. It has that in silver. It's incredible.
Cool.
Got my mini, my 4x7, whatever size that is.
Yeah.
4x6 rather. My mini poster with the Japanese Jurassic Park poster that I had to touch up.
Yeah, the shirt too, right?
Have the shirt as well.
Yeah.
My John Hammond Funko Pop, which at some point will be replaced by the Iron Studios John Hammond.
Yeah.
The coin that Seth got me for my birthday, and the W Dragon comes with a T-Rex pamphlet, which is really cool. I just got this poster for Jurassic Park with the same style the artist that did these.
Yes.
I had it last year. You had seen it before I was involved with this Rex. It got damaged in the move, so I ordered another one. And then framed here, I have the letter from John Hammond and the park ticket on the wall here. So those are going to go flanking the poster. So that's going to be a really cool display.
You also have the license plate. Don't forget.
I also have the Engine 10, which is kind of weird. I think I'd rather have the 5 or the 4 because those are the cars that they were in. But also the topper, the upside down mosquito.
And don't sell yourself short. The sign.
Of course, yeah. So it was.
That really cool.
It was 12 a.m. I couldn't sleep, and I had styrene, and I have printable decals. So let's maybe show that to the camera and then to the live stream camera. I made the Danger 10,000 volt sign, and I really like it. I almost want to make like 4 or 5 more of these and just sell them for like $1. I don't want to make any money off of it, but I think it'd be fun to have this in other people's hands.
Yeah.
So if you guys think that's a good idea, let me know.
I would like to see one with like some bends to it.
Okay.
Like it's been trampled or something.
Yeah, see, and it's styrene, so it's a pretty easy material to work with.
Yeah, and you had made one, which I thought looked fantastic. And then you made another one, that one, which is way bigger.
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks really like
huge.
If you put that next to a person, it would be like their size.
Yeah.
But then you showed me some screenshots and it's up really high.
Yeah, it's about 10, 15 feet.
So it needs to be large or someone's going to make out what it says.
Yeah, if the Rex is to know that he could be shocked, he needs to be able to read it and thus the size.
Well, I think he needs to be able to read it first.
Well, obviously.
And it's not even facing it.
Yeah, I know, it's just a joke.
I know.
But I was watching one of my favorite channels, Rafael Robledo Jr.
Okay.
He's a gentleman that does statue repairs and also custom statue paint.
I think, did he do a Hulk?
He did a Hulk, yeah.
Okay, I think
he had shown someone made a 1/20th scale of this for the Breakout Rex that Chronicle did.
Okay.
I was like, dude, that's so cool. I want to make one in 1/10th scale. So I did some measurements and made an approximation of what I thought that would be.
It's very cool. And very well done. It feels like it's supposed to be there.
Thank you. I also got a long time coming from the Clone Depot Echo Base Customs, my Clone Commando.
Dude,
what do you think about it?
Crispy.
I love it.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
Cody feels official.
Cody did a great job. I genuinely enjoy having this. It's I started the paint job and he finished it, and he did a wonderful job. This is really well done. You put a magnet in the backpack.
I'm glad you went with the clone.
Yeah, he sold me the clone undersuit as well. Just really happy with it. I was kind of feeling down on it a little bit for no reason. I was just like, don't really need a commando. And I feel really good that I didn't sell it before I got it back.
Well,
I like it.
You gotta let me know if you sell it. So.
Are you calling dibs?
Well, I mean, I'm the clone guy.
Let the record show that Dean has called dibs on the commando. Lenny Hugh also an angel. Now, STCC happened, of course.
Oh, okay.
He was there. It was his first STCC. And everyone was scouting the Dragon Ball exclusives from
Still currently.
scalping. And I wanted the purple gi Kid Goku, blue gi, purple gi, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And he got me one at retail plus shipping. So I wanted to kind of, give him a little shout out, plug his business that he does. But really, really cool guy, and I can't wait to get it. Dean, I also got a gift for you. A few weeks ago, I had found out about some WCF scale third-party Dragon Ball Z figures. And looking at the lot, I was like, man, there's so many that I need for my collection. It was Kid Goku, Kid Goten, Kid Trunks, Bola, and one that you were really interested in from a US seller.
Yeah.
The original Kid Vegeta. I know he's been kind of retconned a little bit with the red cape and the Saiyan armor.
That's how I remember him.
And you were like, dude, I want to buy this. And I was like, dude, don't. There's people in the US that buy these and then like park them out. But you're paying like $18 for one. And I was like, dude, I can buy the whole set for $20. Let's give you the Vegeta. So I already have the WCF Vegeta that I like the most.
Right.
And it came really, really well done. I like it. It looks really good.
Yeah. There's a little weird paint issue in the hair.
Let's touch that up before we leave.
Yeah, that's about
Let's
it.
touch that up. And that should be a really easy bit of black paint. But it looks
Yeah,
crazy.
everything's matte and then just like a little spot.
Yeah, if you look behind you, I have the Kid Gohan from the first two episodes of Dragon Ball Z. Slap the 4-star Dragon Ball in there, and then my wife sculpted a tail.
Sick.
I love it. It's fantastic. I just need to paint the boots darker blue, and I think I'll be good to go there. So definitely a busy week for me now. Dean, STCC was this week, and there was a lot of hot toys shown. A little bit too many for us to talk about on today's episode, but we're going to talk about some of our favorites that we saw. Because it is a few days after, and people have already kind of shared their thoughts. We got some live feed.
Yeah, Murph said none of the SH Dragon Ball STC exclusives sold out.
Damn.
Which they would
So what do they?
sell online.
I wonder what they do with the dead stock. Did you keep them? Or?
I don't know, maybe release them to like BBTS or something.
True.
Richard said he would take a sign. It came out legit.
Yeah, Richard, I will make you one. Like I said, I want to make a little certificate to go with them. Maybe a run of 5 or 10.
Yeah, Franklin Culture said you need to sell them. I thought it was official.
Oh, thank you, Frankie Culture. Thank you so much.
High praise.
High praise. By the way, Frankie Culture, excellent guy. He gave us a wonderful shout out on his podcast. We'll talk about them at the end, but he gave us a really, really nice podcast. His husband and wife team, they do some good work. So thank you, Frankie Culture. So let's hear from Greg. Greg was very excited about a certain character.
I think we all know.
And let's hear our newest segment, Greg Speaks.
All right.
Somehow this is giving my phone less battery. I don't know how. My battery went down.
It's still on.
No, I know that. I gotta get the wallboard. All right, guys, we'll be right back.
No, I'll be right back. I'm staying.
See this. Thank you, sir.
Ew.
Dean, can you unplug that white one behind you, please? The camera should be good. Or there we go. You can just put that on.
I don't want to make a loud noise.
If that continues to be a problem, we'll figure it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the live stream, we're going to hear Greg Speaks. It's about 4 minutes long. All right, guys, here we go.
Alrighty then. Welcome to Greg Speaks, the segment where we talk about Hulk and Hulk accessories. Finally, people, we have a figure. We have a prototype. Back in June, Hot Toys teased the silhouette of a better Hulk, professional Hulk, not quite sure what to call him, but teased it back in June. And finally, they actually brought the prototype to San Diego Comic-Con last week. So as you know me, I was excited. We got snippets of the Hulk. We're like, that looks like that might be the Hulk in the background next to Pennywise. And eventually,
Whenever he was freaking out.
we got that update. Now you look at the head sculpt. It seems to be a little different. Jen Han, JC, what he released on his media page, it seems to be a more updated head sculpt of the Hulk at display at Comic-Con. The prototype that they had there, it's okay. It's all right. I think it can use a little touch up. And looks a lot better. The complexion looks.
What up, Greg? We're doing great, Steve.
Presently, they haven't released it for pre-order, so hopefully that means it looks like maybe 2 gauntlets for Hulk, as well as a pair of glasses and a tablet. Seems to be interesting that they have the glasses there with him, because I don't recall him wearing glasses when he's in his I'm sure it's 2-part suit.
At the end, he had the glasses. Did he take them off when he had the gun?
I don't recall him wearing glasses then.
Just sort of like put them on.
When he was in his more relaxed clothing, like a little cardigan sweater he had.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So hopefully that means we are getting a Hulk with his worker clothes on. That would be dope as hell if we do that. That'd be awesome. To go with the satchel and the tacos, you gotta have the tacos. His feet as well seem to be.
Greg went all in on this one. Good job, Greg. I'm proud of you.
Dude,
where his
it's
paint
like Ian with the taxes.
actually sculpted, so
The import
he's not
taxes.
being completely barefooted. So
So it's
hopefully
like-
that changes with the
No.
design. If he does come with additional clothes like a DX or something, we'd be able to put on his pants and such without having those little footy things
Yeah, that's what I suggested.
around his feet, whatever those things are called.
Too good.
Super stoked. So maybe we'll get a release next week. I believe Hong Kong's having their toy show this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. And maybe we'll get Broke as well. But that's your edition of Greg speaking on Hulk and Hulk accessories.
I love it.
It's like propane.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like,
Oh.
I'm not using it unless you. 3, 2. Greg, what a great segment.
Very well informed.
Yeah, I did the research. My man's a Hulk guy. He's got to do the research.
Yeah.
And Greg, we hope to have you as a voice again on Greg Speaks.
Yeah, I think he has one of those Hulk waifu pillows.
Right? Greg made a great point. ACGHK is next week. It's this weekend. So
Oh,
I imagine we're going to see even cooler things with Hong Kong at their own sort of homeland convention.
yeah.
Now, the Hulk looked really good. They also showed a Mantis. Kind of interesting that they went with sculpted hair. I know there's a lot of people. I know Eric from Ox was saying that he prefers the rooted hair of the bullet head. I think he has that one in hand already. At this point, though, there's 2 other Mantises that are out. People can, pretty much own them at this point. So Hot Toys is kind of late to the game on that.
That's
one.
probably why they did it.
Yeah. We also have the America's Ass Captain America.
That's
looks
crazy.
really nice.
Yeah.
That is I don't like Cap, but damn, that is a good looking figure. I will say though, given the focus on that ass, if they don't nail it,
If it doesn't have the ass from the Batman from
yeah, the Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian Batman.
then they failed.
Yeah, this needs to have some extra jump in the trunk. I'm
Yeah.
talking like a fat suit just for that ass.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it never gets released.
Episode 2, Arena Padme. Yes. Finally, this was teased last year at SDCC
It's
in
been
a deleted. They deleted the teaser. They didn't put up a teaser like a picture, but Hot Toys. It was ACGHK and then SDCC.
Oh, that's right.
They had put. Remember that was one of our first episodes.
Yeah.
Second, actually.
They put
They put in the text.
The
They were
name
showing
for it.
Padme, and Sideshow put it up on their coming soon, and it's been pretty much a dead page until this past weekend. Good to see the figure. I think the head sculpt a little off from some angles, but certainly a really nice figure. I think some people that were there, Zachary Venable from Invincible Box Podcast,
Yeah.
he had mentioned that it was kind of a thrown together prototype, and the fact that it looked as good as it did really lends credence to Hot Toys' team.
Well, if they put that up for pre-order,
Is that instant buy?
it's instant.
A Dopo even?
Probably.
Really?
I said that about which we're going to talk about here in a second. Rocket.
Uh-huh.
I have not pre-ordered him yet, but I will.
Yeah, we'll talk Rocket here in a little bit. Wicket, really out of left field, but I love it. One of my favorite characters in the original trilogy.
Well, let's talk about Wicket and the Jawas.
Sure.
Because those are both kind of like secondary. Well, Wicket's a little more.
Don't you ever come at Wicket like that, ever.
No, I love Wicket. Don't you?
Okay.
Don't come
Don't you
to
ever
me.
fucking tell me he's the second tier character.
But they're not like. They're not like. You wouldn't think like a Hot Toys would make a Wicket or a Jawa. Sideshow made the Jawas a long ass time ago.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, okay, that's like, all right, whatever. But then Wicket, it's like, oh shit. Like,
And it looked fantastic.
hell yeah, dude.
It looked fantastic. Now, I heard some people say the Jawas looked a little tall.
Well, Jawas come in all sizes.
That's true.
There's some Jawas that are like normal people size.
That's true. That's true.
Or like,
But they did look great.
Jesus.
There was also Power Droid with them on display.
that'd be a
The
badass.
Hot Toys R5 was on display as well. Gotta feel bad for Sideshow, man. They started coming after them.
Well,
Bespin Luke was shown. The head sculpt was kind of weird. I think Ian mentioned it in chat that the head sculpt pretty much just looks like they took the Jedi Luke head sculpt and put a different hairpiece on.
yeah, that's what I said.
And I think maybe it was you or Ian, whoever said it. I think you're right.
It's
Maybe
just
it's
a prototype, so
like-
they're probably like, fuck it, let's just get it out there.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And we have the
That's a
collaborative
really
crowd
cool figure for people that missed out on the DX Luke, and it's different enough.
to warrant the purchase.
Yeah, and it won't destroy the value of the DX.
I will say it was a little disappointing to see that they put the DX Luke base with that prototype. Because I think in order for the DX to retain that value, the things in that set need to remain exclusive to that set.
Yeah.
And if you're going to upgrade the outfit, the sculpt, quote unquote upgrade, there's a lot of people, myself included, I think maybe the first sculpt is still better. If you're going to upgrade the accessories, the paint apps, everything like that, keep the base, the really nice base, to the DX Luke. Don't fucking put that base with, you know what I mean? Like, just keep some value for those that already put them on.
Well, like dude, honestly, it literally looks like they took a DX figure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
Put a new head sculpt on it and put a new hair sculpt on it
uh,
and just put it out there.
yeah.
Like the outfit doesn't look any different. So
The-
I literally think
the collar looks a little different
it was like a DX
that they just put up there.
they just put out there.
Could be,
Um,
though I think Hot
because
Toys plans will.
none of all their bases are kind of cookie cutter.
Yeah.
They're like that
Very
big
general.
square.
Yeah.
Then you could either put a picture or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who knows? Maybe they will put that base in there. It literally just looked to me like they just rushed one out there.
Hot Toys also showed the Anakin Skywalker Starfighter from Episode 3. I think that it's a long shot for that to be released, but I think it's certainly a manageable size that it's not, something like a tumbler.
Yeah.
It's also a very important part of the movie. He uses it at the beginning of the film and then towards the end.
Yeah.
I think if they make that set, it would be nice if they gave us like an R2 bust to put in that set, like they did the Hulkbuster, just so you don't have to also buy an R2.
Yeah.
And I also hope that they give us an option where it's just
Also, when the hell are they going to release another R2?
yeah, right. Well, it was at the show, so 2 out of left field licenses. It Chapter 2.
Yeah, super
Um,
surprising.
The company that had the license, QMX, they said that they knew as of August last year that Hot Toys was gunning for the license, and I thought that was kind of interesting to see one of the QMX employees kind of state that publicly. They were pretty happy because, they were like, we're competing against Hot Toys, we're kind of in that big league now where our figures can be judged against theirs, but apparently Hot Toys did this with Interbang, with some of their Batman stuff, and this is just a thing that they do. They go after these licenses.
Yeah.
Completely out of left field, Robin from, I think, Batman Forever. Batman Forever?
Yeah, there's no Batman from the movie.
Now, we did see at the beginning of the year, Hot Toys showed up behind the scenes of their office, and they were not working on, but they had pictures of the costume for Batman from that film.
Okay.
So that was our earliest inclination that something like this might be coming, though it's kind of weird to show us a Robin before you're showing us a Batman.
Yeah.
Also, my man's is packing some meat down there, because the nips and the big old bulge is like, God, yeah.
I think it's just the design of those costumes.
No, it is, but it's just Goofy singing on it.
Yeah.
The lighting at the, didn't help either. But, it's all about them angles. Chronicle Collectibles showed off a 1/6 scale Dr. Grant and a 1/6 scale Raptor. The Raptor and Grant were hand painted by their master artist, who I think was the guy they offered to touch up my rack. So it's really cool to see him paint that.
Really should have moved up.
He did a great job. The Grant, the clothing looks too overscaled, and I know it's a figure that they've teased for a long time. They keep shelving it. They finally showed it. And not too impressed with the Grant, but the Raptor looks really solid. It's articulated, and definitely potential pickup for some Jurassic Park collectors. I don't think I'd get it because I'm already in the 1/10 scale on Jurassic Park, but it looked really, really solid. Now, Sideshow kind of had a weird convention. They showed some Court of the Dead stuff, which is their own IP, and they didn't show any new Star Wars. So they had a few display cases of Star Wars stuff. And it was all stuff that's already been released. Now, I thought it was kind of interesting that they didn't show the Lando that they showed last year. Hasn't gone up for pre-order. It's still on their website. It's coming soon. But to not show it at STCC in your own backyard is kind of crazy. Maybe it gives credence to the rumor that Star Wars removed the license from Sideshow. But I guess we just have to wait and see. What do you think? Do you think they lost the license? They missed May the 4th. They've done it every year. They missed new products at SDCC.
Yeah.
I think that could be a thing. Now, this year, Sideshow gave out about $8 in coupon codes for rewards. Now,
I saw your argument on this.
Yeah, so let me state my argument here. We are too efficient at codes.
Yeah.
Every group that I'm in has a code group, a code chat. And I'm talking groups with 5,000 people, 100 people, 20,000 people. There's a lot of people in code groups. Anytime I got a code, I got a text from Manny, I got 3 notifications from 3 different code groups, and I got every single code. Now, last year, it was pretty good for codes. I think it was like $50, $60 at SDCC last year. Year before that, it was insane. I think that Sideshow is having to predict how much money is going out. And I think at the end of the day, the amount of money they're giving out is the same. It's just way more people are in these code groups.
Yeah.
They're just too efficient. Some people think that that's not accurate. What do you think?
It's a pretty logical argument where it's like, well, now we have 4,000 people sharing this code for X amount of dollars. So if we want to give X amount of dollars, we need to spread it over, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the 4,000 people
Yeah.
instead of maybe 100 or 200.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, but I mean, really, who's to say? There's no other reason for them to not give out money.
Well, their bottom line at the end of the day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So their bottom line will be okay with X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
But that X amount of dollars is going to way more people now.
Yeah.
So it's going to seem like a lot less to us.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting $60 each. We're only getting 8. But now there's more of us.
Yeah.
That's really the only logical explanation I could think of. Unless,
Yeah.
I don't know, they're going out of business.
Well, don't start that. All right. 3, 2, 1. Now, next up, I think it's important for us to talk about some things that were teased.
Yes.
Not just at convention. These are things that were teased online. So, are you okay?
Yeah.
Fat Thor, teased by Hot Toys.
Amazing.
Amazing. A lot of people are really excited about that. Let's just rapid fire through these. Tony Stark has a heart reactor, 1-to-1 scale.
Pretty cool.
Amazing. Has a light up LED. Spider-Man 1-to-1 scale drone emblem with a shirt, which is interesting. The shirt has a magnet built in, so you can put the emblem on the shirt. And the box, from what I understand, has 2 emblems. I guess when the drone comes out, it's like tech on the underside. On the other side is a black logo. So there's 2 drones in that package. The Captain Marvel pager, again, 1-to-1 scale, and the Mark 85 arc reactor. Looking at the Mark 85 arc reactor, it kind of looks like the Mark 50 arc reactor that came out in that like deluxe set that Rainer had. In the chat, we also have a few new people. We have Darth Bane and Mervin. What up, guys? Oh, Rainer, welcome back. And so Figuarts showed their Ultra Instinct Goku. Really looking good. Hasn't gone for pre-order yet, but really, really looking good. PlayArts Kai Beam, they were showing some pretty neat
Oh
things.
my god. Okay, so PlayArts Kai. First of all, they started making figures for the Final Fantasy remake, Final Fantasy VII, which is my favorite game. They made Cloud and Barret. And then they stopped making PlayArts Kai, and they're like, we're just going to focus on Bring Arts, which is a smaller figure line, more in the lines of 1/12 scale. Pretty bummed out, but they had some really good figures coming out, so it's pretty cool. Also, a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Like half price less, actually. But I was really bummed out because I was like, man, like, they only made Cloud and Barret from the Final Fantasy VII remake. Like, Final Fantasy VII has so many amazing characters that it's a huge bummer that they're not making these figures anymore. And I was hoping, like, well, maybe they'll make Bring Arts Final Fantasy VII remake figures.
Yeah.
Who knows? They might still do that. Well, at SDCC, they showed 3 new Final Fantasy VII remake PlayArts Kai figures.
Yeah.
Which is Tifa, Aerith, or Aerith, I still say Aerith, and Sephiroth. And holy shit, they look amazing. I'm so excited they're still making that figure line. I just love the scale better. They're like 10-inch scale, 10 and a half. I don't know what scale that is.
Yeah.
Like 1/7, 1/8, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just they look a lot cooler on the shelf than like a little figure. And I have every Final Fantasy VII figure that's been released. And the PlayArts Kai are my favorite. So I'm super, like, I'm doing fucking backflips up there.
Cartwheels even.
Dude, yeah, that they announced these. So
I'm happy for you. I know that really made your day when it came out.
dude, I was texting my sister. I was like, oh my god, look at this. Like, I can't believe it. Because Tim is just like one of the coolest characters ever. Aerith, obviously. Sephiroth, they just came out with a Sephiroth, so I don't know if I'm gonna pick him up. I mean, I'm probably going to, but it just seems a little redundant. But very cool.
Yeah. New pre-orders, Mark 85 battle damage, 446 buys you this figure. Kind of a slap in the face to a lot of people that pre-ordered the Mark 85 regular edition. That's 423. So 446 buys you this. It comes with a shield, the blade, 2 guns, those lobster cannons, a diorama, a head sculpt, and the snapping, different hands, like the snapping pose. ETA July to September 2021. Really far out. $375 is the Hot Toys conversion price, so you're paying a little bit of a premium to get it from Sideshow. Do you think it's a slap in the face? $23 more gets you. The original had the gauntlet, and then the starfish thing.
Okay.
And I think that was it. Maybe it had a cannon, but $23 more gets you a diorama base and just a bunch of other shit. I feel like it's a slap in the face.
A little bit.
Now, I'm not saying 446 is a steal by any means, but it's kind of. I imagine a lot of people are calling and canceling their regular and switching over to the battle damage.
Yeah. I would prefer the regular one because 1, you get the gauntlet anyway.
Yeah.
But 2, I don't always want to display battle damage.
Yeah.
Pretty much 9.5 times out of 10.
And I will say it's not battle damage enough. It's
Really?
very light on the battle damage.
Oh,
I think you had mentioned when I saw it, you were like, yeah, I think you're right. Like it just looks like, like any Hot Toys. Like there's like 2 or 3 pieces throughout the body that are damaged. And,
I'll have to take a look because I thought I could have sworn it was way more battle damage.
Well, there is damage, but I just feel like it could be more. So the the regular comes with the starfish and then the gauntlet, the one hand. So this one has a ton more hands. You know, a nice diorama base, 2 blasters. You obviously don't get the starfish, but
and you don't get clean armor pieces.
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like it is a slap in the face in terms of quantity or
$1 per plastic.
But
DPS.
it's also just like I'm not going to display it like that. I know it wouldn't make sense for him to have a clean set of armor with this gauntlet, but I just don't like battle damage looking Iron Man in my cabin.
Yeah.
Just like you just one of those figures like you want him to look like how you picture him. And I don't picture him all fucked up.
The Iron Patriot 469 gets you that one. That's the in-game version.
Easy pass.
And $375 is the price at Secret Base, so the same price as the Mark 85 battle damage. Comes with a roadie head,
So
which
it's
they
a
have.
much larger
It's a
figure.
massive looking figure.
Yeah.
A lot of people complaining about the blue and red scheme. Blue and orange, whatever it is. That's what it is in the movies.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell with the light.
Yeah. Rocket 212. Now, a lot of people are saying that this figure has no accessories, and I don't really get that. It comes with the pin particles, the gauntlet blasters, and obviously the outfit and everything else. Does not have a second head sculpt, but
Yeah, which still
You know.
disappointing.
I don't think you can say it doesn't have accessories. A pin particle and the gauntlet.
Oh,
like,
I didn't
you know.
say
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying like a lot of people are making that argument. It's not
That's one reason I held off on getting it yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Is because I was like, yes, I was going through all the pictures. I was like, where's the other head sculpts? It just seems like that's such an easy thing to put in the box. Like, why would you not include it?
Yeah.
So then you would need to buy the Guardians 2 version just to get that head sculpt. And chances are it'll fit no problem.
Yeah.
But what if it doesn't?
Yeah.
What if for some reason it uses a different peg?
Yeah.
Then you gotta alter it, which isn't the end of the world, but it is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I have Rocket version 1 in the orange jumpsuit.
Uh-huh.
I always wanted to get Rocket 2, and then now this one's coming out, so I'm definitely gonna get this one.
Uh-huh.
But now I'm kind of debating, like, well, do I get the other one just to have the other head sculpts? And then I gotta have fucking 3 rockets. Because their resale value isn't that great.
No.
Because he's such a small figure. But
Hard pass for me.
really, I just love that character so much, and that outfit is so Rocket that
Yeah.
easy pickup for me.
Venom Pool 405 buys you that July to September 2020.
Dude.
By the way, Iron Patriot is also October to December 2020. $340 is the price at Secret Base. Not a huge fan of this design. I know it's from a video game, but not my favorite.
It was kind of weird, yeah.
The exclusive is the second portrait. A lot of people are excited to see it though.
Also, it doesn't technically make any sense. Like, it's Venom Pool.
Well, it's from a game, so it doesn't.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, like, Venom is the
Symbiote.
symbiote, so it would just look like Deadpool. Like, why is he all hulky all of a sudden? You know what I mean?
Well, Eddie Brock gets bulky when he gets.
Well, Eddie Brock was a big dude, but when the symbiote goes on the Spider-Man's not fucking huge.
Like this kind of an alien entity comic book where.
I know, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't technically make any sense.
I get what you're saying.
It's a very, I was thrown up, like,
It was left field.
I was like, holy shit, that thing's
Left
cool.
field.
And I thought it was a statue. And then when it
No,
popped up,
it's a figure.
I was like, holy shit, it's an actual, like, articulated thing.
Now,
Easy pass, but it was cool.
kind of interesting about Hot Toys too. Now, grinds my gears early in the show. I don't really get Hot Toys at all. Darth Maul just barely came out of Hong Kong. He also is not released yet in the United States. Yet Hot Toys shows a $274 DX Solo Maul. It really grinds my gears. Like, that's such a slap in the face to either people in Hong Kong that just got theirs or people in the US are still waiting for theirs. I don't think that there's anyone that is like, oh, this is the. Let me take that back. There are definitely people that think that the Solo Maul with the legs is the definitive Maul. But I think that a few people that I know ordered the Hot Toys Episode 1 Maul because they thought there's no way Hot Toys will make a Solo Maul for the 2-second camera.
Yeah, they haven't really said it. And
So
other figures from that movie.
it's interesting to see the DX. So it's 3 DX Darth Mauls, which I think makes him the #1 in terms of figures. I think Jack Sparrow has 2. Maybe the Joker, throughout the different actors that portrayed him, has more, but kind of out of left field. Are you gonna pick this one up?
No, I don't like Darth Maul enough to get a figure of him.
I will say I like this head sculpt a little more.
The only
That's
reason
right.
I had a Darth Maul to begin with is I had a Spider-Man that didn't fit in my collection, and somebody was like, "Hey, will you trade?"
Yeah.
With cash, they wanted to give me cash on top of it, and I was like, "Well, at least Darth Maul's fucking Star Wars." Like, sure. So
Yeah.
I got him.
Greg is saying that his DX Maul will ship tomorrow, so congratulations, Greg.
Nice. Yeah, just Darth Maul's always just an easy pass for me.
3, 2. One thing that's interesting to see, Dean, is the NRD is back. We enjoyed NRD free purchases through the Spider-Man line of figures, Far From Home,
Yeah.
and it seems to be back. Gandalf Crown Series update. Now, Lenny, my good friend, of course, was at SDCC.
Yeah.
Talked to a representative at the ASMS booth, and this is a quote from him. He says, "I spoke to the rep from ASMS yesterday. Nice girl. Unfortunately, she confirmed that the only new thing that's come in with this Crown Series are the head sculpt, the hat, the Shire base, the book, and a few hands. Otherwise, it will be the same as the last release." Really disappointing.
Yeah.
That there's certain things, like having owned both Gandalfs, the belt is just garbage, and it seems to be reused. And I think I mentioned that when we put up the second time we talked about it. Like, I hope that they upgrade the belt. The body was not super great, a little floppy. So disappointing to see that they're claiming this is the best this figure could be when they're going to repeat mistakes that they've made in the past. So kind of a bummer. I still think it's a fantastic looking figure, and they said also that they, from another guy on Six Hill Scavengers page, he had mentioned that the ASMS representative he talked to didn't explain how the PERS tech system was going to work. So that is kind of disappointing because, just the way that they advertise this, like, oh, this is going to be the coolest thing ever, it's going to be like the next generation of artisan-made toys. And I think the belt is such a big thing because with the belt, like with the original one, the way that you slide the what is it called, the sheath for the sword, into that belt, it's like going through 3 loops. And on the original one, those loops would become loose, and the hilt would just fall through. So what you would need to do is take those loops and just kind of glue them to the hilt. But it's like, bro, for $350,
Yeah,
that shit better be fucking toy. So
now, are those, is it a cloth belt or like a fabric belt?
it's like the crappiest fake leather you can ever think of.
Okay.
So,
Because my big problem with the Game of Thrones figures from 3.0 is that they're rubber. But I almost like that more.
yeah, because they're not going to damage over time.
Yeah, and even if they do, like a little dab of super glue,
Yeah.
those seams kind of go away.
Now, he also had some other information. They're coming out with a slim version of the Mouth of Sauron with no horse, and they're also redoing Thranduil with a new sculpt. And so that's just some other information he was able to discern.
The Mouth of Sauron is a cool character.
It's a cool character. Now, there are some delays. The Stormtrooper from Return of the Jedi got delayed to July to September 2019. We're already at the end of July, so kind of weird to say for them to include July as a potential release. But that is something that we have to contend with. There is a rumor that Mark 47 is going to be re-released. Brian Stevens said his friend from the UK started that rumor as a joke. And I haven't been able to confirm or deny that yet, but apparently there was a gentleman that was saying it was his rumor that people picked up on. So I guess we'll see what happens. I know Toys Wonderland on Instagram, they posted and deleted several times that a potential second batch was coming. So interesting to see that. Dean, new releases for this past week and change. Dooku was released, looking really, really, really good. What do you think about it?
Looks fantastic. Easy pass for me. I just don't like that character.
Yeah.
But damn it looks great. Pretty much just nailed the likeness.
Yeah.
And just the materials, the cape.
Looks fantastic.
It does.
The Spider Punk was released as well. Not a fan of that design.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it looks really good. Like I have to say, I saw Keyboard
The
Warriors.
materials look.
Put up some content on
All the materials they've been using on all the Spider-Man figures, which just showed a ton of SCCC, look amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Infinity War Machine was released. Again, not something I'm interested in, but looks really good. There's magnets on the missile pods. Looks
I
like
really want a War Machine, but I think my favorite one.
Don't you have one?
No. I was gonna get the Mark II from Seth, but I didn't. But I think my favorite War Machine is probably Civil War. I'm not gonna
That
pay
one's
the prices.
expensive.
But the one for Endgame first part is really cool too. So I might still pre-order that one.
Yep. Yoda was released from Attack of the Clones, looking really good.
Oh, was it really?
It was really, it was secret base last night, and then it was some people were showing him in the box today. It looked really good.
I missed that one.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that next week. I guess Dean hasn't seen it just yet, but it looks really cool. I really liked it.
I like that outfit. It just looks a lot cleaner,
Yeah.
obviously, because any other Yoda's them dead away is like a ragged mess. But
Yeah.
Yoda's just a cool character.
Let's talk a little bit more about 6-scale sabers. Like I mentioned, they're in the United States, which is fantastic. They're in New York. Now, the way that it works, you provide the hilt, you ship it there, you pay to ship it back. And the price is $90 for a single blade. That comes with all the wiring you need to plug it in, and a dimmer so you can turn it up and turn it down.
Nice.
$170 is for a dual saber, since it's 2 blades that you'll have to modify. And they're just really quality. They come with a 1-year warranty, so as long as you don't crack the blade itself, he'll warranty it as long as you pay the shipping.
Right.
And there's lots of colors. You can get white, red, green, blue, purple, yellow, and orange. So you can pretty much make whatever you want. You can make some Ahsokas, some Sith, some Coder, yellow saber Jedi. So it's really cool. Like I said, I have 4 of them, and when I choose to display them, they really bring it to that next level. We have a video I'll put in the show notes. It's called Rambling CCFL Sabers, where I talk about them.
Yeah.
And I compare them to Hot Toys LED sabers. And you might think like, oh, $90, that's a little expensive. But the price of a Hot Toys LED arm is like 40, 50, 60 bucks even sometimes. You can have a character. For 30 bucks more, you can get something that's way better. You can have it on. I've had this on for the whole time I've been streaming. It's been like an hour. And it's fantastic. It really brings your collection to life. His Instagram is 6scale_sabers. Lenny Hugh is his name on Facebook. HU. Really great guy. I highly, highly recommend him.
I can pretty much guarantee that if that was a Hot Toys arm and saber, you wouldn't be able to see it on the screen.
Oh, 100%. I have to turn all the lights on.
Yeah, like these things are insane.
Yeah, definitely. Just want to save that. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Now, Dean, there was a post that went up this week from Rebor, and they put a prototype of a T-Rex that was dead. It was a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, that's great. My Killer Queen was like this all the time.
Right.
On its side.
Yeah.
A bunch of other people commented almost the same thing. Now, this scene was from Jurassic Park 3 when the T-Rex got its neck broken by the Spinosaur. And it's one of those scenes that the franchise really wants to forget. The fans of the franchise, rather. And I have to agree. It's a terrible scene. Now, before we go any further, I think I'd like to share an audio clip because I think it's time, Dean, that we make an important announcement. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Everyone, we have an announcement to make. Stop bullying!
I think it's time that we stop bullying Rebor. Now, before I read their post, I think it's important that we have some context.
Okay.
When I put up that thread in the dinosaur groups, if anyone had any problems with their Killer Queen, a lot of people, you read the messages, said, I tried contacting Rebor, they flat out ignored me. I tried contacting Rebor, they acted like I was inconveniencing them. I tried to contact Rebor, was basically told to fuck off. you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Anytime we've ever gotten a criticism from this podcast, I address it. There was a time where, this thing came up and we addressed it privately. And, anytime we ever had a good or bad thing said, we do our best to address it. So someone comes at us, I can post a message like this, but Rebor can't because they don't address the criticism. Now, obviously, the scale is different. Our company, they have way more fans than we do.
Right.
Well, yeah, I don't know now. So they said today we want to talk about a word called prejudging. And yes, this post is caused by some comments on the Dead T-Rex page cover we published yesterday. How often nowadays do people assume a movie is going to be bad simply because they don't like the trailer? How many times do people spread rumors about a certain game being canceled because they thought they'd waited for too long? And a show, an album, an anime, a smartphone, a collectible. How do you know that Rebor Stegosaurus is not being manufactured right now? Will you be interested to see a table with all the materials we tried for the Rebor Titan Boa listed? We'd rather hear us brag about how difficult it was to get the shrinkage factor for the grab-and-go line so right so there'll be no visible seam lines. The reason we don't show something that you want to see is not because we hate you or don't respect your opinions or being lazy. It's because there's no presentable material to show. We covered these half-finished items anyways. Then there'll be even more prejudgings like, oh dear, it looks horrible. Definitely a no for me. I hope the color scheme will be changed on the final product, yada, yada, yada. So essentially they said that they felt like quitting. And again, it's like, you treat your customers like shit and you create this environment where it breeds that thing.
Yeah.
You can't treat your customers like garbage.
It's
and
like,
when you post something dumb, they call you out on it.
It's like the Cincinnati Zoo. Totally under the radar before Harambe. After, dude, they can't post shit.
Yeah.
Without somebody saying something. It's like you can't treat your customers like garbage.
Yeah.
Or actually, you're not even treating them like garbage. You're just ignoring that they even exist.
Yeah.
And then expect them to be like,
because
okay.
When I had the issue with the Rex, a third-party company reached out to me and said, explain like this is a thing with theropods. Like, I mentioned it last podcast.
Right.
Rebor didn't do that.
No.
Now, I will say I can be the bigger person here and say, like, let's just bury the hatchet with Rebor,
Yeah, you're just not going to buy the products.
Well, there was one thing I'm still tempted by.
God damn it, Zach.
It popped up on my YouTube. I recommended that little Rex fetus.
Okay, well, buy a second one, like, from someone else.
Yeah, like Big Bad Toys or whatever, but not from Rebor
No,
themselves.
buy it from a guy who already bought it.
Can you buy it from me? And I'll pay you back?
No, I don't want to give away money.
No, but I will say there was some humanity to their message. They were saying like, we are real people too.
Yeah.
But I just hope that going forward, I think that I would like to see Rebor addressing these concerns and being more active with complaints. Because again, you can't post a message like this and expect people not to say things that have been brooding with them. So I'll leave it with that. We'll see if I pre-order the fetus. It would be beautiful with my Rex display, I will say that. But I have to really think about it because I'm still really disappointed.
I'm sure there's other companies on here.
I don't think so. Dean, we've mentioned Hasbro Pulse in the past, and
Yes.
they're doing 2 more figures. So the first Hasbro HasLab, whatever you call it, was the Katana Sail Barge. $500 buys you that. Whatever. They're not going to get off their couch for less than like $5 million, I think it was, to get this thing produced. They're doing it again. There's a Cookie Monster, which is out of left field, and a Unicron.
The Cookie Monster looks pretty cool.
It does look pretty good.
It's like 100% screen accurate and like articulated.
I just don't feel like billion-dollar companies should be crowdsourcing.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, any company, big or small, even us, like I don't want to lose money. If we don't have sponsorships coming in or T-shirt sales coming in, we don't get like cool shit like magnets or stickers.
Yeah.
We don't do giveaways. There's a certain plus and minus, but for Hasbro to show things, maybe not the Cookie Monster. I can't imagine like a lot of people are emailing Hasbro every day for Cookie Monster, but Unicron, Jabba's Sail Barge, those are things and lines that people really want and have really wanted for a long time. I don't think it's right for a company to hold collectors hostage over these things. It's weird for me. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the whole process. Now, obviously, if they have some means to make these characters already, because they showed us a painted prototype at Comic-Con. So it's not like they couldn't make 100 of these. They only sold 100. I just don't feel okay with it. I don't like it. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems a little slimy. It's like, dude, like you're the billion-dollar company. Like, take some fucking risks.
Yeah.
Like, you'll bounce back. Not that I'm like voting for them to like not make it. Obviously,
Like, do your research. If you think this is something that will sell it. Don't say we're not going to make this if we're one person short of, you know.
yeah, because really, you're shooting every other collector in the foot.
Well, you're showing us something that is done and saying, if you don't buy this, we're not going to make this.
Right.
And it's like, let's say that the Unicron is 100 short. Those 400 people, however many they need, they're going to know that this was able to have been made, but you didn't make it. I think it's just, it's great if it gets funded, obviously, and it gets made. A lot of people are super happy with the sale
Well,
barge.
see, here's kind of what I'm thinking about the sale barge.
Uh-huh.
They've made it. They have already produced it.
Yeah,
So for them to make another run will be cheaper.
yeah,
So you're shooting your current collectors in the foot by saying, if you don't pay for this, we're not gonna make it. Then they're like, fuck it, I want it made. Some people want 2, right? Some people
3,
want
4.
right to flip, or they had a
Yeah.
business, whatever. So it gets made, but now you're gonna shoot those collectors in the foot again later. Maybe not in a foreseeable future, but there's no way they're not re-releasing that.
Yeah.
That's a huge.
It's just a weird concept.
That's a
right?
huge price item
Yeah,
that they poured a lot of money into making
and we've talked about it
for them
with
to not.
Hot
use it.
Toys. It's like, you know, when you see a fucking Mark 47 selling for $1,000, you have the parts already to make it again. You obviously have the molds because you made the concept.
Right.
46.
Yeah, because there's a dozen collectors out, more than that, obviously.
Yeah.
There's countless collectors out there that are like me. Like, I didn't start collecting until way after Civil War.
Yeah.
So I never even had the option to get that figured because it was already long gone.
Yeah.
But if they re-released it, easy day one pre-order.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess we'll see what happens with that.
It just, yeah, it seems slimy that they would use their fucking fans to make their own products.
3, 2, 1. Lots of Marvel movie news from SPCC. Marvel has
Yeah,
their
dude.
movie and television, I should mention. I'll blow through these real quick. May 1st, 2020, Black Widow. November 6th, 2020, The Eternals. February 12th, 2021, Shang-Chi. May 7th, 2021, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. November 5th, 2021, Thor 4, Love and Thunder. Natalie Portman's coming back as Lady Thor. Really, really great. Blade has no release date and Fantastic Four has no release date. A lot of people were upset with the actor that they chose for Blade. They really wanted Wesley Snipes to reprise the role. But I'm going to butcher his name, Mahershala Ali, the gentleman that they picked to play Blade. Dude's won 2 fucking Oscars.
Dude, he
Like-
was fucking awesome in Luke Cage. He was
Yeah.
Cottonmouth.
Yeah, you don't, like, that's a guy that you don't sleep on.
Which I know they now retcon those series, or I
Yeah.
don't even know if they retcon them. I don't know if they're coming back as Disney streaming services.
Yeah.
But they cancel all those shows, and those technically take place in the same universe
Yeah.
as the movies. So it'd be really weird if he's Blade
Yeah.
and was Cottonmouth.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That is weird. But lots of cool content coming. Definitely some good stuff. Be interesting to see if Jim Hopper, what's the actor's name? Remind me.
Oh, shit, man, he's gonna get mad.
I know.
I forgot.
Look it up real quick. I'm blanking. I have to edit this out.
I'm gonna know it like right before I see it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Well, that's weird.
You got it?
John Krasinski.
All right, let's recut that. 3, 2. It'll be interesting to see if John Krasinski gets that role that everyone's been photoshopping him in for Reed Richards. Be interesting to see.
Oh, that would be pretty tight.
Yeah, everyone's been like photoshopping him for years. Dean, the Game of Thrones writers dropped out of a panel for SDCC. What's that all about?
Oh, dude.
A lot of people are fucking pissed.
Yeah, because they dropped out like the day before for no reason. It was just like
Scheduling.
scheduling conflict.
Whatever
like-
it is.
Okay, one, this is probably the biggest event of the year.
Mhm.
2, it's your last panel.
Yeah.
For Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
3, you know people are gonna rip into them about the last season.
Yeah.
So it's like you fucking dropped out because you're scared. There's no scheduling conflict. You just don't want to face the fans that you let down.
I think we have one thing to say about that team. Dang it. But,
Shame.
Dude,
yeah,
for sure, shame.
shame on that.
And then you put all that pressure on the actors, and you know, I would like to assume, again, I wasn't there. I would like to assume that the audience didn't take it on the actors. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And since
Fucking
their
hang on,
last
right?
panel, I hope that the actors. I'm waiting for fucking videos to pop up on the internet
Yeah.
about like maybe the actors saying
Some stuff.
some stuff like
Yeah.
they agreed. Because I mean, there's definitely interviews with them where people ask them about it, and like they're just like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because yeah, you could tell that they weren't happy either.
Mhm.
So it's just like it's a really shit thing to do, and those guys are garbage.
Yeah, I totally agree. 3, 2. So we haven't done this segment in a long time. Custom Corner. I think I have such a wonderful figure here, but I
Yeah.
want to share a little bit more about it. So first off, this is the Statin Tech Clone Commando. This is the boss version, I believe you call it. Just a regular Commando. It's not any specialist gear.
Yeah.
Cody put a magnet in the backpack, and basically I started the paint job, and then Cody finished it with his weathering. Really took it to the next level. Really reasonable price. This is again Echo Base Customs, the Clone Depot. Got a lovely sticker there with my purchase, and I have a video series called Going Commando. There's 6 videos on that series. I need to film the 7th, which is the final reveal, and you can go through my process of getting the hands, getting the body. I did change the bodysuit to a Sideshow bodysuit, so that's something to take note of. Talking about my painting process and showing every part before I painted it. The kit itself is okay. It's obviously better than anything I've ever seen for Clone Commando wise. A little bit fragile in some areas like the top of the shoulders and the kneecaps. But overall, I think it's a fine kit. It's a really nice kit, really posable. Sergio did a fantastic job with the 3D printing. It comes primed, ready to go. I'm just very happy with it. You know, I'm glad that it came out the way it did. And I can't wait to, you know, do more posing with it. I did some modifications today to allow these thighs to sit up further. You know, shave down the inner thigh with the Dremel. Came out really good. So I can't. Oh shit! Tell me where I'm at.
Did some modifications today.
3. I did some modifications today. Closer to the waist crotch or the core from Sergio. He's a really, really good guy. One of our good friends, friend of the show.
Talk to him every day.
Nerd Theory Podcast is his podcast. So definitely check him out. He's a really cool guy. Dean, you have your own grinds my gears this episode.
Yeah.
And it's something that really has frustrated me in the past. I'll let you take lead on this one.
Yeah. So when I want to buy a figure, I said I'm looking. Let me know if you have it and if you're selling it. And on 2 separate occasions, I had people message me saying, "Yeah, I have it, but I'm only selling it as a pair." And it's like, okay, but I didn't ask for the other figure, so you're wasting not only your time but my time.
Yeah.
I said I'm looking for this one figure. If I wanted the other one, I'd be asking for it.
Yeah.
Like, so now you've gotten my hopes up that you have it, and then it's like, oh, but you're only gonna sell it as a pair. So it's like, why the fuck are you wasting my time and yours?
Yeah.
Like, if you know you're not gonna sell it to me, don't comment on the goddamn post. Does that make sense? Like, fuck.
Yeah. The thing that really bothers me with want to buy is, you know, you say, I'm looking for this figure, looking to pay this price or whatever. Even if you don't put a price, but someone will say, hey, I have it. I'm not really interested in selling, but shoot me an offer that'll change my mind. And it's like, what do they expect? Like, I know what it goes for on eBay. I'm not going to offer you so much money that you're going to change your mind about not wanting to sell it when I could just get it on eBay.
Right.
I don't get that. It really bothers me. I get it a lot.
Yeah, it's
You know,
super annoying.
Especially with for sale posts. Like,
And then,
I know in most groups have rules that like you need to list the price, so people say, you know, this one I'm not really interested in selling, so you have to shoot me an offer that make me change my mind. It's like,
yeah, it's like, it's not up to me. It's up
Yeah.
to you. So fuck you. Yeah, and so one of the dudes ends up messaging me, and he's like, yeah, I'm not really looking to sell it by itself as a pair. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't want the other figure. I already have it. So
Yeah.
I'll just find the figure somewhere else. He's like, well, good luck finding it.
fucker, you found that shit like in a day.
And I told him, I was like, I'm not worried about the price, dude. I don't give a shit. I buy Hot Toys like they're fucking candy. I'm
Yeah.
not worried about the price. But if you're gonna bully me into paying for something else I don't want, I'm not gonna pay you.
Yeah.
So I fucking went and bought this figure for $160, and I posted it like, oh my god, I got it in the mail. I posted them together, and he liked it. I was like, you fucking cunt. Like I told you, I'm not worried about the goddamn price.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna buy something I don't need.
For sure.
You could have had that money.
Yeah, but you're being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
We have a very, very special giveaway. We're giving away 2 hats today.
Hell yeah.
These are from my good friend Stephen Krett. You can see here some of his photographs on my Instagram. This is a Collecting Weekly Limited hat. You can see I'm wearing mine here with the logo there.
Very cool.
This is from his brand Millennial Mutt. You can follow them on Instagram at Millennial Mutt.
If I didn't have a fucked up shaped head, I'd totally want one.
These are dad hats, really well done. Can't talk.
You wear the hell out of that hat.
In terms of like I wear it every day or I look good in the hat.
Like you look good in the hat.
Thank you. So
It's a
I
dad
have
hat.
free hats for life. I have like 8 of them that I've amassed over the years. I don't have to use the free hats for life, but you know, every once in a while I gotta refresh my swagger.
Yeah.
And it's the only hat that I wear with the exclusion of a few polo hats here and there. But that's a good thing. They're up there with Ralph Lauren polo brand hats. So Dean, we did a contest. We're going to do a drawing. We have 2 hats.
Yes.
The first place winner can pick the color they want. We have gray and yellow. These are from their
The yellow is very
These are from their V3 hats now. Already they're already selling out. They've sold about 80 hats already.
Wow.
They're going quick. So if you want some, if you don't want the drawing, I think they're like $20. I'm not sure if that's shipped or shipping included, but they're I can show you at some point.
How many of these do we have? We're
Uh,
talking weekly limited ones.
We have 2 to give away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, we've already given some away to some other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kept some for myself and then, you know, some other people.
Oh,
But these are the 2 that we're giving away for this campaign. So we are going to do a run of these hats. So if you don't win and you want to buy one with the Collecting Weekly Limited stamp,
okay.
we're going to do a run. We'll put it up on Ox, and we'll get some details once I get the prices. So if you miss out here, there are a chance to get them. But if you just want a regular Millennial Mutt hat, that is also a thing. So Dean, we have people post a picture of themselves with their pets.
Yes.
And you actually just got a dog, didn't you?
Yeah, today.
What's his name?
Kevin,
Cute dog, dude.
the little dog.
I want a dog now.
Yeah.
So we have some numbers here. I think there was 10 or 11 people that entered.
I think it was 11.
10 or 11.
I know 10 for sure, but I think we put it with one.
Yeah. So Dean, I'll let you pick the first one. So this is the one they can choose whichever hat they want.
Okay.
Just pick one, please.
6.
Number 6 is.
Wait, is it 6 or 9?
Oh no, that's a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, my 9's one. I think. Cody Wright.
Wow.
Customs. His dog Maggie is a very special dog. He always shows pictures of his dog.
Dude, his
So
all his dogs are all very cute.
congratulations, Cody. Please pick one more.
9.
Oh, well, look at that.
What'd you know?
Number 9 is Dylan with his dog Ellie. So Dylan, friend of the show, host. I'm glad that we picked 6 and 9. I probably did that.
69.
So Dylan, we'll send you whatever hat. Did not.
Yeah, we'll send you the fucking scraps, dude.
Yeah, right. So congratulations to Cody and Dylan. And thank you to Millennial Mutt for sponsoring this. Dean, Small Talk is recording this weekend. Their next episode 3, is going up on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Zachary De Hoyos, I think you pronounce it, is going to join them. He was killing it on the
Yeah,
SEC
on fire
coverage.
this week, dude.
Yeah, definitely on fire this week. I'm excited for them to record their show. This is going to be hands off at this point. So I've recorded 2 episodes with them, and they killed it on the last episode. They did an amazing job. Tons of great feedback. So I'm excited to see what they do. Collecting Weekly Auxiliary, that's our Facebook group. That's where we host all of our giveaways. We got all these magnets to give away. So we'll be giving these away throughout. Oh, yes, there you go right there, buddy. TeePublic or TeePublic store, you can find us by searching Collecting Weekly on TeePublic. A really cool store. We got some designs. Fortunately, we had some more issues with the graphic prints, the big retro logo one with Ian from the UK branch of Collecting Weekly. So we pulled those designs, and we're still trying to figure out what's going on with that. youtube.com/Collecting Weekly. We're almost at 200 subs. So if you hear this, you like what we're saying, give us a sub. It really helps us out. Twitter, Collecting WKLY. Manny runs that. We appreciate it. I know I'm getting good. Dean, there's 2 things that I wanted to talk about that are really cool now that we're in the show news
2
portion.
things? We've talked about a lot of things.
I know, there's 2 really cool things.
Oh, wow.
Taste of Texas. It's time that we do another Taste of Texas. We sent one out to Ian overseas,
Okay.
and I want to send out like 1 or 2 more.
How much was that, if you don't mind talking about it on the air?
Yeah, no. So the package itself was, I think Seth and I spent about $50.
Yeah,
just for the
yeah.
stuff in the box.
Right, I meant to ship it.
To ship it, it was $120.
Okay, because I just shipped one to Hawaii,
Uh-huh.
and the first box was pretty expensive.
How much?
It's like almost $70.
Yeah.
And so I got a smaller box, I took some contents out and shipped it again. It was like 46.
Yeah.
But it seemed really high to me.
No, it's
But the,
now, of
Holy
course,
shit.
when you get to a dense box like that, it was about 8 pounds of
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
You don't qualify for that cheapest shipping option.
Okay.
So that was the cheapest.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I took out, because obviously my friends can't get certain stuff
Yeah.
over there. So I had like those Rico's condensed cheeses,
Oh, yeah.
and I had like 2 of those in there and then some other stuff. And I took those out. That seemed to help with the price, but
Yeah.
they're gonna have to do those with cheese.
Yeah. So I want to send out 2 packages, probably the US to keep costs down a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll put up a post on Ox. You can tell us some of the things that you like, and maybe we'll make 2 of our listeners' dreams come true.
Wow.
Send them some Whataburger, some spices.
Overnight though.
I was actually thinking that. I want to. Well, I was looking into it. It's actually not that bad. Probably be like $100 to do it. To overnight Whataburger to Fernando, so you can shut the hell up about stupid In-N-Out.
In-N-Out fucking sucks, dude. I eat In-N-Out just because it's really convenient to get a boneless burger. Because Whataburger is shredded lettuce. But
Yeah.
In-N-Out is like, we get a protein style, it's like wrapped. But dude, if I had to pick, I'd get McDonald's before I got In-N-Out.
Yeah, sorry, buddy, but truth is truth. So we'll be doing that. But there's another thing I wanted to do, and it's a little early, but I wanted to put it out there because organizing this takes a lot of time. Last year we did it; it was kind of rushed. So we'll put it out there. We'll start getting some names, start making some pairings. But I want to do Secret Santa. Obviously, we're in July, so it's pretty early.
Yeah.
But about October, I want to have everyone know who their buddy is, and that way you can ship by mid-November and then it can be under the Christmas tree.
Yeah, just get to know them and see what they're
Yeah, because last time we started it after Thanksgiving, and that was not enough time.
Yeah.
It wasn't in Ox, it was in Muncie Thinker, where there was still a lot of people out of
Yeah.
state. So we'll put up a post on Ox for Secret Santa, and we'll start making some pairings. Obviously, like the EU people will be amongst themselves, and
Yeah.
the United States amongst themselves.
the hosts with each other so no one can play favorites.
Well, I thought it'd be fun to mix up with Ox, but
Well,
it'll be random, so I wouldn't just pick a beautiful angel fern to send my gift.
I was gonna say I'll send it to Richard because that guy's
Well, first off, Richard's my
angel
favorite.
sent to Earth. Well, you can't pay.
I'm Santa. I'm
You
gonna get
can't play
multiple.
favorites.
I can send
It's
multiple.
like kids. There's one you definitely love more, but
There was a
you
fire.
never say it.
So I wanna start getting the gears rolling because it is gonna take a while. We
Okay.
have a lot of members. And,
Yeah, for sure.
just to get everyone.
Logistically,
Logistically, now I want to do something where it's like you got to spend at least $25 on your friend. It can't be a gift card. You have to have it mailed by a certain date. I really want to make this official, so we'll do that.
you don't want to post too heavy of a rule because you still want it to be fun.
I want it to be fun,
Oh,
but
I gotta ship
but the
this
thing
thing
is,
out next
when
week.
we did it last year, it was so last minute that like half people got gift cards, and that's not exciting. I want to have like a video where everyone unboxes their thing. We can put it like a big thing together.
Yeah, I got mine like literally the last day. I
Yeah.
was like, I guess I'm like,
Yeah, Nick was my
Yeah,
Secret Santa last year. Got me the Wampa, snow globe? Really nice. gift.
yeah,
And then
very cool.
a
Isn't it
gift-
right here?
It's
I was looking at it earlier.
no, it's somewhere. It's in. I know it's on my fireplace. It's still on my fireplace.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, I want to do that. Shout out times, 6 Scavengers, Brian and Chris, they're killing it with the content. Their YouTube channel is blowing up. They just hit 200 subs.
Nice.
Congratulations to them. Frank and Culture Podcast, great people to work with. They let us post on their website, and Steve and his wife, they make a good podcast. I love their Used to Be Better segment. It's where they review movies with the lens of today and see if movies truly were better in the past. Really cool guys. You can find them online at frankandculture.com. They gave us posting permission,
That's
so
cool concept.
we are going to be posting this episode on their website. A few shout outs that I forgot to give. Revelation EJ.
Yeah, my buddy EJ.
I felt so bad. We closed down the stream last episode,
Uh-huh.
and when you close the laptop, it doesn't like exit out the window. So Monday, I was using the laptop for the show sheet, open it up, and the last message before I get the chat out was like, yo, can I get a shout out? I felt
Oh,
so bad. So EJ, I talked to him today. EJ, if you're listening, send me your address. I'll send you one of these magnets.
EJ's called. No, just give us a name. I'll give it to him because I want to see him.
Okay, cool.
I want to meet up with that guy.
Tell
He's
him I
very
sent that to
cool,
the club.
very, I don't know if he is anymore, but he's a huge pop collector.
He was posting a Stranger Things Lego set
And-
today that he was building today.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, last time I checked, it was a pretty intense pop collection.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are like, like $700.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love EJ. He just played Apex and that game is trash.
This next shout out that we're going to give. Sorry, it was getting all clunky. 3, 2. This next shout out we're going to give, I think, Dean, you might know this person. I know Manny knows this person.
Okay.
He was being so weird about it. Now,
Manny was being weird?
yeah, Manny was being so weird about it. Julia Lang, Mother Lang on Instagram.
Yes.
She's been, she followed me, I think, when you mentioned that you run a podcast on your personal page.
Okay.
And, she's been liking our stuff throughout. When we post episodes, sometimes
Very
she'll share it in her
supportive.
stories. And I've been reciprocating the likes. And Manny made it this weird thing. He's like, oh, that's so weird. She's married. I'm like, dude, it's like Dean's mom likes all of our posts. And I, whenever she posts something, I get a notification. I post notifications on, like it. And it's just a normal thing. So really cool person. Just got a promotion. So shout out to her. I saw on her little Instagram story. I don't think that's weird at all. Right? It's not weird.
No.
Just a person who's and then she shared our last episode and I got like a ton of views from new people that collect.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I was-
That's funny because I knew her from work.
Yeah.
She left my store a long time ago, so I haven't really talked to her. I don't know.
I mean, I've only ever sent one message to her when I was like, she got the promotion. I was like, oh, cool, congrats.
Yeah.
Other than that, I never talked to her. But
Yeah,
you
so
know,
it's very cool.
really nice person that
Yeah.
likes all of our things.
Very
Like,
supportive.
exactly, very supportive. Lenny, of course, wonderful guy for CCFL. definitely check them out. If you want to get some CCFL, there is no better place to go than Six Scale Sabers.
I can tell you, they're bright AF.
Yes, brightly
They're full.
Zachary Venable, he was a guest, a surprise guest on
Yeah.
our last podcast.
Yeah.
Loved having him there. He had a great time at SDCC. He said he got harassed by some security guards when he first got there, but they quickly realized he was an innocent bystander.
Just a guy.
Just an angel, even. So, Minted Soapbox podcast, they're probably going to be going live with an episode this week sometime. On the YouTube channel, they put up a ton of new content this week. So definitely check them out. Dan Moss from Hot Toys Shipper Boxes, the Prophet, the Messiah is back. He took a long break from Facebook. I don't know what was going on, but the Hot Toys Shipper Box group, it was like 56 members for a while. I was in there, and every so often someone would post, like, we missed the Messiah. And last week, out of nowhere, he came back. And so his group has grown. It's like at 120 members, something like that already.
And
So
what does this group do?
it's all about the crispiest shipper boxes that money you can buy. So if your shipper box is pristine, you post it in that group. And we're just fans of shipper boxes. I'm in the group, I've been there for a while.
I couldn't have posted my Obi-Wan box then because I got
Yeah, because we should post it on there as a warning.
Yeah, don't be friends with the people that ship your shit.
Yes. Last shout out to PJ. He's been killing it with his Vader customs. I'm so proud of him. He
They're
upgraded the-
okay.
Oh, hang on.
Those are alright.
Where we at?
Hot Toy Shipper Box. I don't know what was going on. Dan Moss from Hot. Took a long break from Facebook. Yeah, you said he took a break from Facebook. I don't know what's going on.
3, 2. So Dan Moss from Hot Toys Shipper Box took a long break from Facebook and is back. It's good to have him back. His group has grown. It's already at 120 members. And basically the group, if you like shipper boxes, if you appreciate getting a good shipper box, or you have a horror story getting a bad shipper box,
Oh wow.
post in this group and people find your support amongst your peers.
So I can post my Obi-Wan Shipper
Look at
Box.
that. Did it again.
Maybe he just doesn't like the word Shipper Box.
I don't know. I'm just gonna skip that segment. One more shout out to give. PJ has been killing it on his custom Vader. I'm really happy. I sent him. He ordered. What the F? I needs to be played in real time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is mute this. I'm gonna go here. Let's try 3, 2. So PJ has been killing it on his custom Vader, and I don't know what is going on. Okay, let me. I mean, this is not the end of the world by any means, but it's just annoying. So we can just make a new project. All right, 3, 2. Tell me if it goes again. Okay. All right, so PJ has been killing it with his Hot Toys Vader. He's almost done with this custom. He's like at 99.9% done. Just a few more spots of weathering on the dome. What is going on? Let me see. Preferences. Okay, let's try one more time. 3, 2, 1. 99.9% done. Yes, killing me. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's save it here. I know we can make a podcast longer than an hour. Like I literally know that.
Where are we at now?
125. Okay, so this is episode 57. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So, let me delete this. So that time. All right, 3, 2. Now the gift was to PJ Relova. He's killing it. His custom Vader,
Yeah.
literally almost done.
Yeah, it's okay.
I sent him some paint.
It's an alright custom.
What? It's a really good custom. It's really good. Dang, you're gonna leave it hanging like that? You're not gonna say it's beautiful?
It is. It is.
And so I've taken him under my wing, sent him some paint, some brushes, and, for his Vader, and I'm really excited to see when the dome just a little bit more, and then he will be done. I think it's a certified crispy Vader, I have to say.
Wow, you are the expert.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, Dean, it's been a wonderful show. We've caught up after a long week, a long absence. We look forward to being back in person again in the studio with my dude. I want to formalize this, the dollar per part BPP. It's all about the BPP.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
Catch you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
All right, let's export this.
What was the DPP?
Dollar per part. So I remember during the Iron Man, I was like, oh, it would be, it was like a slap in the.
I thought you were saying what?
All right, so let me figure out what's going on here.
Some dead LEDs over here.
No, those were dead from when I put up the cabinet. The the LEDs are designed to be put like that against the thing, and they kind of cracked a little bit. Going, we got Greg. Really? It's like a big kick for you, let's see. Let's see, we got Greg. Who else is in the chat? Say hi. Dean's butt play. Greg, your segment was great, man. We put it at the beginning of the show. I know you were saying when we were going to play it, but I think you walked out of the room right when we started playing it. Yeah, Greg, if you ever want to, hey, Richard's in the chat. Richard, I got to send you a magnet.
And a sticker, right?
Yeah, and a sticker. Yeah, I'm trying to consolidate all my packages. But Richard, I'm not sure if you saw the thing about the Taste of Texas, but we'll put up a thing in Ox. How do you guys like this whole thing that we're in? Is it pretty nice? Is it better than the kitchen? Let me know what y'all think.
Dude, you don't want to talk about what's his face getting Budget Stark kicked off right quick?
Nah. Yeah, Richard, I'm not sure what was going on. It was weird. I know, like, with this computer, every once in a while the RAM gets kind of freaked out if the audio form is too dense, but normally once you save it once, it's good to go. But I don't know. It was kind of weird. I'm glad that you said the acoustics are better. I actually prefer being in here because my daughter's at that age where she likes to roam at night. And, you know, my wife would have to basically force her to be in the master bedroom since the whole half of the house is over there. But now we can record here and my daughter can be in her room or, you know, can be wherever. Basically, so. But you in the chat or what?
Yeah, because through the whole chat, Greg was like, Hulk. I was like, dude, we talked about Hulk.
Oh.
I don't know how much more Hulk you want us to talk about. Well, I think he was gone.
I think he thought that we didn't talk about it. Greg is like lies. Oh, trust me, Greg, it'll be there.
Yeah, like, let's see. Oops, I'm back. What am I Hulk? Yeah, we were talking about him right then.
Yeah. So these hats are going off to who won? Was the hats? Who won the hat?
Oh, Cody and
Okay,
Dylan.
very cool. Well, we'll have to wait to see if they listen to the episode to claim their prize.
Yeah, the poor.
If they don't claim the prize by next Tuesday, we're going to give it away. Yeah, we're gonna redraw. How's everyone's week going though with collecting? Greg is putting all his emojicons in there. Greg is funny. Greg makes me laugh. Yeah. All right. You ready to cut it off?
Work on my story. Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah, Greg! I love the Deadpool stories you had. That the Venom and Deadpool, and they're like Netflix and chill, and then the next thing was the Hot Toys Venom pool.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude.
I missed it.
Can't wait to see your next story, Greg. It was pretty good. The last one. It's probably one of your best works, I might say.
Wow.
It was good. I like
That's
it.
high praise.
It's high praise indeed.
You trying to check this guy out?
Yeah, go ahead. All right, guys. We'll catch you later on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for being in the chat. You guys are great.
Bye.